What was that?
I've never had something work out that perfectly at a graduation before. Never.
Oh yeah? Oh. Well done. And then these?
That's why we went off way too long.
Well, it's good for my corners.
Yeah. No breaks. No breaks. That's right.
Good morning, and welcome. Would you all please be seated? Thank you. Good morning. What a glorious day we have today. My name is Lauren Brisky. I am a graduate of Simmons College. 40 years ago, and I chair the Board of Trustees. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Simmons's 108th commencement ceremony. 108 years of Simmons graduates. What a fabulous record. Today, we congratulate and honor those students who are graduating, as well as all of you, family and friends and faculty, whose labor and love have made this day possible for our graduates. I would especially like to recognize the families of our graduates, the moms and dads, the brothers and sisters, the grandparents, spouses, and partners who have sacrificed so much to make today possible. Would the family members of our graduating students please rise to receive our applause? The pursuit of learning is one of the oldest of human endeavors. In fact, these commencement exercises have their origins in ancient rituals. You see today members of our college community wearing caps, hoods, and gowns. This is a tradition that evolved from medieval times when faculty and students wore caps, hoods, and gowns to keep warm in the drafty classrooms of medieval Europe. The colors of the robes and hoods signify the degree earned by the wearer, as well as the institution that granted the degree. Another academic tradition we still follow is using Latin. Latin was the official language of education for hundreds of years, and today our most accomplished scholars will receive the designation cum laude, Latin for with honors. In earlier times, students proved their readiness for commencement by delivering a learned address before the assembled faculty. This is another tradition we will follow today when we hear from one senior representing her class in the centuries-old tradition of student oratory. Today is a day of looking back and looking ahead. We honor past traditions by wearing academic garb, listening to student orations, and using Latin phrases. And we look ahead to the future that will be represented by you, our honored graduates. We, the trustees of Simmons College, are proud of your accomplishments. We are confident you will carry the name of Simmons into your professions and communities with distinction, dignity, and pride. Congratulations, and now please welcome Helen Drinan, the 8th president of Simmons College.
Thank you, Lauren. I am delighted to add my congratulations to you, our graduates, and to your families. You have always made me proud, but today I am especially proud. Proud of your service, your academic achievements, your enthusiasm for all the subjects you have studied, from the sciences to the arts to the humanities to the social sciences. You've done it all, and you've done it so well. I also feel that you will go forward representing us incredibly well as you do the good that you have done here at Simmons. We will be awarding over 1,200 degrees today, and we will have awarded 1,700 degrees before the end of the year. At this ceremony, I will confer your degree on behalf of the trustees and our faculty. Thank you to our commencement planning team and all of the commencement volunteers for the wonderful experience you will have today. Please stand now for the invocation to be delivered by Reverend Bonnie Jean Casey, Advisor to Spiritual Life. Please remain standing after the invocation for the singing of America the Beautiful by the Simmons College Concert Choir, led by Donica Buckley.
Mindful of the many names we use to invoke that which is mysterious and most holy, let us pray. Great and benevolent God, let our thoughts and prayers this morning include all people, graduates, parents, siblings, extended family members, and close friends, faculty and staff, and those who could not be with us today, but whose presence we feel nonetheless. May we also remain mindful of those who have gone before us in death and have left to us the heritage of their memory and the legacy of their work. Spirit of life, thank you for the blessings of love and learning. Help us to pause and appreciate all that we've been given and everything that we've achieved. May your everlasting kindness surround us, your wisdom flow through us, and your love guide us today and for all of our tomorrows. Blessed be, shalom, and amen.
And now, please welcome Shannon Elizabeth Deedy, who will deliver the student address.
Most people begin important speeches with a quote by a famous someone who once said something about a journey or a destination. It occurs to me that the people we quote have a lot of important things to say, but sometimes we spend so much time listening to them that we forget to listen to ourselves. Marissa Johnson, my poet friend here at Simmons College, writes, "My mom says that dynamite comes in small packages. Told me to speak in fire if anyone ever uttered the words 'you can't.' I'm inclined to believe that if Marissa's mother were the president of a college, it would be this one. So President Drinan, should you ever choose to retire, I have your replacement." I arrived at Simmons in hopes of a typical college experience. Maybe a few all-nighters, a new friend or two. If I were lucky, maybe I would leave finally understanding the difference between the words affect and effect. I got so much more. At Simmons, we've been asked to push so far past our 4 classroom walls. We've learned what it means to be global citizens, to be civilians in the truest sense of the word, to be the type of neighbor who will always shovel out your car in the kind of blizzard only Boston knows. And that actually happened. One morning, we awoke from an email from President Drinan about 2 Simmons students who spent 2 hours helping a stranger shovel a car out in that blizzard. For all of us reading that email, we felt proud of our peers. We felt happy the woman could drive her car. We probably felt tired. President Drinan tends to email us pretty early in the morning. But we didn't feel surprise, not for a second. If there is one thing we know about each other, it's that we don't wait to be asked. We are self-starters and we are closers. They say character is how you treat those who can do nothing for you, and at Simmons, we have it in spades. Back to Marissa's mom, who said to speak in fire. Today, let's promise each other to always speak fire, but not with the fire born from hate in any of its forms. I'm talking about speaking with Simmons fire. The Simmons fire of passion, of presence, of kindness. Passion. Lisa Smith-McQueenie, our Associate Dean's speech to the first years about how diversity serves as the framework of this community. Presence. The chain of hands on the quad, joining Becky Thompson in honoring Trayvon Martin. Kindness. Darlene, manager of the Fens Cafe, singing "It's a Beautiful Day" in the Fens. Every day, even when it's 4 degrees on a Monday morning. Never did I feel the Simmons fire like I felt it on April 15th. I was running the 26th mile of the Boston Marathon when 2 bombs went off. Alongside everything else I experienced, I will never forget the tens of texts, calls, and emails I received from friends, classmates, faculty, and staff. It was the way my cross-country coach ran from his apartment in Cambridge all the way to campus because emails and calls were down, and he needed to know his team was safe and that the scores of Simmons students cheering at the finish were safe. Boston is so strong. Simmons is so strong. Simmons has been our fire. It has changed us. We are leaving Simmons smarter, more honest, more humble than we entered. We are leaving with handfuls of new friends, not too many all-nighters under our belts, at least most of us. Personally, I'm leaving finally understanding the difference between the words affect and effect. Today we go from Simmons, but we owe it to Simmons to remember where we first learned what fire sounds like and to come back. Because we come back every time we choose right over easy. We come back every time we remember that Darwin, even in 1845, knew that communities founded in diversity are always the most sustainable. We come back every time we grab a shovel and help a neighbor out. Today we go from Simmons, but we can't ever really leave it behind. So go, but come back. Today we go with a thank you to our families. We love you, we appreciate you, we are so grateful. We hold you at the very center of today. Thank you to the faculty for breathing life into learning, for teaching us to always ask why. Thank you to President Drinan, the Board of Trustees, the deans, alumni, staff, and administration for making Simmons a place we are proud to call home, and for honoring us with this beautiful graduation today. Thank you to the class of 2013. Yep. For being here, for holding doors, for saying, wait, you dropped this, for guest meal swipes at Bartle when we've eaten straight through our meal plan, for being fun and funny and the kind of people I want to be around. Thank you for being friends to me. If my car is ever stuck in a snowbank, I will be so fortunate if any of you live close by. Finally, a reminder not to forget the fire. Because in the coming days, there may be moments when we're just not feeling the fire. We didn't get the job, we got dumped. We had to trade in our awesome Mission Hill apartments for our parents' basement. Remember that those moments are fleeting. No matter what job you didn't get or whatever hurdle you tripped over and face planted, some fires can't be extinguished. We are 500 of them and we burn bright. Don't ever let anything make you question that. On those days, remember how you feel right now. Simmons College, class of 2013, class dismissed.
The 2013 Joan Melber Warburg 45 Leadership Award is named in honor of Simmons trustee emerita and honorary degree recipient Joan Melber Warburg, Simmons class of 1945. The award recognizes that member of the senior class who exemplifies the highest ideals of leadership during her Simmons career. The recipient provides exceptional demonstration of the qualities Joan Warburg has exercised throughout her lifetime: a pioneering spirit, initiative, leadership, determination, enthusiasm, selflessness, and generosity. It is my honor to present the Joan Melber Warburg Class of 1945 Award to Shannon Mary Curran, Class of 2013. Shannon has exemplified the highest ideals of leadership during her Simmons career. She is an accomplished nursing major, widely admired by her classmates and faculty. She has served as class president for all 4 years. She actively participated in Strong Women, Strong Girls, the Nursing Liaison, and she has been a thought leader for her class as a member of the Simmons Strategy Team, which helped plan the 100th year celebration of May Day. As a leader on campus, she exudes confidence and extraordinary thoughtfulness. She cares deeply about the experience of her classmates and strives to ensure everyone has a place at the table. Her nominators describe her as an inspiration, consistently going above and beyond what is required of her every time. Shannon has the sort of energy that is contagious and makes other students want to achieve what she has. She has inspired me to dream big and execute my goals as a student leader, says one of her classmates. As class president for 4 years, Shannon has built a strong class identity and strong cohesion and community within the class while mentoring other class presidents in their own roles. The pinnacle of Shannon's leadership was demonstrated in her determination to do something big for the college and her class in its senior year. I am sure you have all heard of a woman named Gloria Steinem. Shannon, true to her word, galvanized her class and marshaled college-wide support and resources to bring Ms. Steinem back to Simmons to mark the 40th anniversary since her commencement address in 1973. It was a truly magical day and evening, and a day that will not soon be forgotten for all involved. It truly was something big. Shannon Curran, you have indeed exemplified the highest ideals of leadership during your Simmons career. Your presence and contributions will be felt for years to come for those you have inspired and the historical events you have helped to champion at the college. Thank you for your commitment, dedication, and extraordinary investment in your peers and Simmons. Congratulations. So welcome. Yeah, we'll miss you. Yeah, you're welcome. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Jennifer Siebel Newsom to deliver the commencement address. Jennifer Siebel Newsom uses her skills as a filmmaker and speaker to expose the false and outdated portrayals of gender roles that dominate the media and the entertainment industries. She was executive producer of the 2012 documentary, The Invisible War, which was nominated for an Oscar this year and highlights the epidemic of rape in the United States military. Newsom has appeared in several films and television shows, including Something's Gotta Give, Mad Men, Life, and Numbers. A nationally recognized speaker, Newsom has spoken at TEDx Women, Google, Wells Fargo, Charles Schwab, the World Bank, Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit, Stanford Business School, Harvard University, MIT, the California Senate, and Girl Ventures. Newsom was named one of the most influential women in business by the San Francisco Business Times. In 2011, she was named one of the 100 fearless women who shake the world by Newsweek Daily Beast, and has received the Champion for Kids Award from Common Sense Media. Newsom currently serves as a global advisory board member of the Dove Self-Esteem Project and is a commissioner on the Girl Scouts Healthy Media Commission for Positive Images of Women and Girls. She graduated with honors from Stanford University and from Stanford Graduate School of Business. In addition, Newsom's 2011 documentary, Misrepresentation, exposes how mainstream media contributes to the underrepresentation of women in positions of power and influence in America. Jennifer Siebel Newsom can be no better introduced then through a short preview of the documentary, Misrepresentation. As you will see in the clip, Newsom provides a glimpse into the perception of women in media. Today, we would like to do the same. Please draw your attention to the screen and welcome our commencement speaker, Jennifer Siebel Newsom.
The media is the message and the messenger, and increasingly a powerful one.
In a world of a million channels, people try to do more shocking things to break through the clutter.
When is it gonna be enough?
There is no appreciation for women intellectuals. It's all about the body, not about the brain.
You all saw the photo from the weekend of Hillary looking so haggard and looking like 92 years old. Breast implants, did you have them or not?
If you waterboarded Nancy Pelosi, she wouldn't admit to plastic surgery.
The fact that media are so derogatory to the most powerful women in the country, then what does it say about media's ability to take any woman in America seriously?
I have close friends that will go to the bathroom and put on like 10 pounds of makeup, and you're at school to learn.
As a culture, women are brought up to be fundamentally insecure.
Media creates consciousness, and if what gets put out there that creates our consciousness is determined by men, we're not going to make any progress.
Little boys and little girls, when they're 7 years old, an equal number want to be president of the United States when they grow up. But then you ask the same question when they're 15, and you see this massive gap emerging.
We're shortchanging voices that are urgently needed in public forums from ever getting to the table.
As the most powerful country in the world, if you're not standing for the right values and for the right principles, that's a loss for the world.
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
Well, the media treats women like shit, and it's horrible, and it's like, I don't know how we survive it. I don't know how we rise above it.
I tremble.
You can't be what you can't see.
It's extremely important for women to be writing their own stories and giving them to people to really emotionally become impacted by.
The media can be an instrument of change. It can awaken people and change minds. It depends on who's piloting the plane.
My heart keeps beating like a hammer.
I'm so honored to be here. Esteemed guests, Board of Trustees, Madam President, Madam Provost, Deans, faculty, parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends. And to all of you, students of Simmons 2013, thank you for letting me share in this amazing day with you. I am beyond honored to be here. Stanford was great and all, but what Simmons provides for its women is unparalleled and unmatchable with anything I've experienced in my lifetime. And I applaud all of you for creating an institution and culture that so empowers women within the classroom, through extracurricular activities and events on campus, and across the Boston community. The world will learn so much from you. Not just about the power of a single-sex education, but about what happens when women recognize their voice, are taught to stand in their power, and are able to create lives of meaning and purpose. Do me a favor, will you? All of you. Please, each and every one of you, close your eyes and think about one or more things that you are grateful for. That's right, every single one of you in the audience. Who are the people whose shoulders you stood on to get this incredible education? Who are the friends who were there for you in the deepest and darkest moments of your lives? And who are the teachers, coaches, and mentors who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Now, in your mind, tell each and every one of them, thank you. I appreciate you. Done? Yes? Feel good? Okay, class of 2013. Now it's time for me to express my gratitude to all of you. Thank you for being you. This is your celebration, and it's time to really celebrate all of you, a remarkable community of women from all walks of life. Not only are you our country's future leaders, but you are the world's future leaders. And what a year to spread your wings and enter the full-time workforce. For it is upon your shoulders and the shoulders of the women before and after you that our great country will heal itself. Knowing what I know about this great institution of Simmons and being here with you all today only assures me that this is the case. So let's take a look at what the future holds in store for you, for us. This is what the future really looks like for many of you. You laugh, but I'm serious. Okay, forget that I'm blonde and Caucasian, but if you can't see the very pregnant belly underneath this gown, which by the way is very real, use your imagination. And then envision two toddlers at home in California who are going through the terrible 2s and 3s and aren't so fond of mommy right now because mommy sometimes works too hard and is tired. The husband with a demanding public career and lots of extracurricular activities like a book tour and a TV show, all which require travel. And oh, there's mom again, working on a new documentary series called The Mask You Live In about masculinity in America, running the nonprofit misrepresentation.org, sitting on boards and trying to stay sane, healthy, and connected through it all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty reflective of the present, and it will remain the future. I am sure it sounds familiar to those of you who have already been through the childbearing years, but whether you choose to have children or not, and whether you choose to work outside of the home while raising children or not, the future is clear. As we delve deeper into the second decade of the 21st century, there is no going back to the 50s and 60s model of male-only breadwinner households, with women relegated to the house and men to the office. Certainly, there will always be women who are born into or marry into the highest economic brackets who have a choice when it comes to working outside of the home. But that is only 13% of the working women population. In other words, 87% of working women have no choice but to work, many in more jobs than one. And if they aren't the main breadwinners, their income is essential for the sustainability of household and family. So what does that mean for all of you? We're in the middle of a major gender revolution that has stalled and in some cases gone backwards. And it's up to all of you to step up and step in, join with your fellow sisters and brothers, and fight for each other's causes, whether they resonate with you or not. Said otherwise, just because one chooses not to work outside of the home doesn't mean the wage gap is not important and not worth fighting for. And just because one chooses not to have children doesn't mean it's not critical that corporations adopt healthy flex time and family leave policies. You see, if we women don't support each other and support women's social, political, and economic advancement, who is going to be speaking for all of us? Young women entering the workforce, those struggling with young children in dual-income households, those holding multiple jobs while trying to raise children on their own, and those who have taken leaves of absence to raise their kids and want to rejoin the workforce. As former Congresswoman Susan Molinari said in Misrepresentation, it's time we stop judging each other and say, hallelujah, sister, whatever gets you through, I am there to support you. Let's be honest. A certain segment of the population has held the reins of power in America for a good 230 plus years. And they have been royally screwing things up when it comes to our health and well-being, our education system, the environment, and dare I say it, the economy. So it's time we turn that power structure upside down. Certainly we can share in the power, and we will because we women are good at collaboration. But we can no longer sit idle while decisions are made on our behalf, without our equal participation, and without taking into consideration how critical our involvement is to decisions involving the health, well-being, and economic prosperity of this great country. So while I will say, shame on them for ignoring us and excluding us from having seats at the tables of power, I will also say, shame on us for taking this long to amass a unified community of women and men who demand equal opportunity for all, regardless of race, gender, class, sexual orientation, or circumstance in life. We are in the middle of a major human rights movement, and there is no going back. The Sophia century, some call it. Others, maybe Athena. I don't really care what you call it. What I care about is that this is the century where all women recognize and step into their rightful place across society. And not only are you all a big part of it, but you will be leading it. This I am certain of. So how do we get there? And what does it take for you all to continue leading outside of this great institution in a way that is earth-changing, earth-shattering, while allowing you to maintain your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being? I want to share with you 7 lessons learned, let's call them pearls of wisdom, that I challenge myself to live by every day. I hope they will not only inspire you, but motivate you to be, as Gandhi so aptly put it, be the change you wish to see in the world. First and foremost, life is short, so make the most of it. My older sister, Stacy, died at the age of 8. My aunt fell off of a ladder and died at 26. And one of my closest friends died a few weeks ago of bacterial meningitis at 36 years of age, leaving behind a loving and devoted husband and a 5.5-month-old daughter. Horrific, yes. Unfair, yes. So why do I share this with you? We are only given so much time on this planet to experience all of life's opportunities. So carpe diem. And don't forget to bring meaning into your life and be service-oriented wherever possible. For you never know how long you'll be given, and a life that is about others or something bigger than you is certainly more rewarding in the long run. Second, you are the only you, and what makes you authentic and special is what is unique to you. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and don't be afraid to confront that which is holding you back. But most importantly, love yourself and be your own best friend, your biggest champion in the world. I didn't learn this lesson until I saw a psychiatrist in college who helped me overcome my sister's death. There had been many years of self-hatred, self-blame, and increasingly unhealthy perfectionism that had me spiraling deeper and deeper into self-doubt, despair, and depression. I couldn't rest, always pushing myself out to prove my worth, give my parents a reason to see me, love me, forgive me. My survivor's guilt echoing deep into my subconscious. Why did God take her and not me? I'm not enough. I'm not enough. And then the doctor shared these simple words. You were just a kid. You were just playing. It was an accident. Later he said, Jennifer, you are enough. You are talented enough. You are smart enough, pretty enough, funny enough, nice enough, enough. I could finally breathe. I could finally move on. I could finally let go. Be kind to yourself. Be true to yourself. And remember to nurture your inner child. I am reminded that we're all snowflakes, each and every one of us, unique in our own ways. And what's unique and authentic to each of you is what makes you so special. So don't forget that. You don't want to be a carbon copy of a human being like you see in those tabloid magazines. You want to be you, pure, authentic you. Third, discover your true passions and purpose in life. I certainly didn't set out to be a social justice documentary filmmaker, but I was drawn to service and helping people. It's why I spent my teens and early 20s working in Africa and Latin America in the environmental movement, helping women to create environmentally sustainable microenterprises. About this time, I also came to recognize the power of media to affect change. And then when I met my husband, Gavin Newsom, a public servant, it all came full circle. I could help inspire women at home in the US, and I could do it all through the medium of social justice filmmaking, something I learned a bit about as an actress and producer in Hollywood. When you are true to yourself and passionate about what you do, your chances for success are quite high, plain and simple. There is nothing like that elation of getting up in the morning and going to a place of work where you love what you do. And then to surround yourself with like-minded, passionate individuals, it's this magical confluence of events that feeds you and sustains you through the darkest hours. Life so aligned like this couldn't be better. And this is where value comes into play. No matter your religious or spiritual beliefs, your values in alignment with your passions and purpose will help guide you through life, ensuring happiness and personal growth. And once everything lines up, life is that much richer and more meaningful, and success is within reach. So, while it may look appealing to get that law degree or MBA so you can make a lot of money and understandably pay off those student loans, is money your most important value? Or is living a meaningful and service-oriented life of value? I'm a firm believer that you can have both wealth and meaning, but it requires a bit of knowing yourself, a lot of authenticity, and a resolve to be creative and think outside of the box. Clarity of your passions and purpose in life will provide you the necessary courage to succeed. Fourth, be courageous and proceed with curiosity and conviction. My favorite C's, and no one really likes C's. All key ingredients for leadership success. I remember when I set out to make Misrepresentation and asked other female documentary filmmakers to direct the film for me. They had loved the idea, and I would take care of anything and everything else, only to hear from them at the 11th hour that they couldn't because no one in the industry would hire them afterwards. Where is their courage, I would think to myself. I remember family and friends poo-pooing my idea and telling me we had tackled these issues back in the 70s, and why would I want to associate with feminism anyway? These people needed to be educated, I thought, and not just by right-wing media. I remember asking family and friends for financial support and being told we had bigger problems overseas. How naive. I mean, I've lived overseas and worked in some of the poorest countries in the world, and yes, we have major problems. But how can we Americans ignore our own problems at home? Problems that are holding us back from realizing our potential and being the great democracy we claim to be. I remember hearing secondhand that a powerful voice in the feminist movement wanted to know who I thought I was to be making such a film, and that it had already been made before. Well, this one really hurt. I was already feeling judged and unsupported by certain groups of women, few of whom knew me, and to feel as if my own gender didn't support this endeavor, well, a part of me wanted to throw in the towel. But then I thought, wait, what film? What film are they talking about? And my dear friend Jean Kilbourne's Killing Us Softly was made first in the 70s, but outside of her films, were there any feminist films that had reached the mainstream in a way that could educate and convert the masses? And then the biggest insult of all. Hillary Clinton had run for the presidency, so of course we'd achieved parity. Ironic, isn't it, that we've achieved parity with one woman in leadership, and that woman can run for the presidency, but They don't really belong there. There's something wrong with this picture. Ignorance, I cried out, and to think of the effect on American culture. So I carried on. But I wouldn't have had I not had the curiosity to understand why things were the way they were and the conviction to prove others wrong. My courage and conviction, not to mention my commitment to making misrepresentation, was further tested during the filmmaking process. Once in production, I remember a group of female advisors telling me I shouldn't put myself in the film, being that I was a white woman of privilege. In their minds, no one would empathize or see themselves through the story of an educated white woman. In other words, I wasn't empathic enough and my story compelling. While I understood their concerns despite recognizing they didn't know my story, their judgment of me went right to my core, and I found myself once again feeling like I was not enough, like I needed to prove myself and my existence to the world. As it came nearer to locking picture, my story, which had framed the film, became harder and harder to refine. I was so critical of myself and my connectivity to the film's messaging. I was reliving my childhood experiences as if they were happening all over again. I couldn't separate the past from the present, nor could I separate my self-esteem from what others were saying about me. I wanted to run away. I wanted to hide. My agents would call me with acting opportunities, and fortunately my husband could put kibosh on those and would remind me of my commitment to the film. Despite many tears and sleepless nights, though, I eventually made it through. It's not that I'd wanted to put myself in the film, but those I trusted the most thought it would be stronger with me framing it. Besides, as I said earlier, all of the naysayers had judged me based on this. They didn't know my story. They didn't know who I really was. Why do I share this with you? Because life is full of challenges. And if you want to solve the world's problems, you have to have the curiosity to get to the root of the problems, the courage to stand up to the status quo, and enough conviction to overcome the obstacles you are confronted with along the way. And then, voila, the leader that was dormant emerges in you, and there is no putting her back to sleep. Hear me roar. Sometimes you really do have to just trust your gut, make a commitment, and dive in. Mind you, if it doesn't kill you, it can only make you stronger. And there is a silver lining in everything. I say this to remind us all that there's a lot to be said about preparation and planning, and I have friends I wholeheartedly admire who are much better planners than I am. But sometimes you just have to do it, as Nike says. Dive in and dare to live. My friends sometimes say to me, Jen, I don't know how you do it all. You're Superwoman. And while I'm the farthest thing from a superhero, trust me, ask anyone who knows me, I do what I do because we have some major problems in our country, not to mention the world. Time is of essence, and I trust my gut enough to act when I'm called upon. Besides, you never really know what lies behind that curtain until you pull it back. You can assess and evaluate like many consultants and pollsters do. But at the end of the day, you have to make a decision and commit either way. And you're never going to be able to control for outside factors and variables, so you may as well just trust your gut and jump in. As my husband likes to say, fail forward fast. Otherwise, you'll be sitting on the sidelines letting life pass you by saying, what if? What if? I can't imagine that any of you are that person. You certainly didn't commit to this incredible education and graduate from this superb institution to then go out into the work world and just let life pass you by. So go for it and make each moment count. What's the worst that could happen? Fifth, surround yourself with people who support you, champion you, and love you unconditionally. And don't forget to be as supportive of them as they are of you. These friends are your inner circle and advocates. They're the kind who recognize that your success is their success. And the more complicated your life becomes, the more essential it is that you surround yourself only with those who have your best intentions. I'm not suggesting we live in a world of blind idolatry. Constructive criticism is important for growth. But I really can't tell you how critical this inner circle is to your emotional health and well-being. Furthermore, there are enough good people in the world that you need not settle for friendships that want to tear you apart. Making misrepresentation really taught me who my real friends were and how to deal with people who didn't have the best of intentions. I learned everything, from how to deal with jealousy and competition due to others' insecurities, to how to handle unbridled love and support. It was a roller coaster ride of an experience, but I learned so much about life and myself in the process. So remember, it's not your fault if people are envious of you or want to bring you down. Most of the time, they're protecting their own failed shortcomings and inadequacies. So just ignore them, release the drama, remember it's their drama, and move on. And if they're a part of your family, sorry parents in the room, just put up that cobalt shield so that their energy and actions can't get to you. I promise you it works. But most importantly, follow the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have be done unto you. In other words, model grace and abundance, and eventually it will be mirrored back to you. It's as simple as that. Sixth, lest we forget, mentoring is a two-way street. My husband, who happens to be my best friend, is also my teacher, and I will admit, my best researcher. He is so curious about the world, always providing me insight into current events and asking questions that challenge my thinking and perspective. I, on the other hand, am constantly trying to find and bring some balance into our personal lives, helping him take better care of himself and be the best father he can be. My younger sister, Brooke, and I also have a wonderful give and take. While I believe I inspire her to stretch herself and dive in, she's the rock in our family. Not only is she extremely thoughtful about her every move, analyzing everything, but Brooke is the person I can go to when I need a new perspective or a reality check on life. She's the one I lean on when I feel like I'm failing as a parent. Likewise, most, if not all of my colleagues are much better than I am with social media, time management, and organizational skills. And I'm constantly asking them questions, learning from them, and trying on new suggestions. I, on the other hand, hopefully inspire them with my courage and conviction and dedication to our work. Now, teaching, which in essence is a form of mentoring, is also a two-way street. Don't forget that. Each and every one of you has amassed an incredible education here, a woman's education, a human rights education. Think about how much you know about women's history, for example, that the general population has no clue about. Look at any public history textbooks. Is it any wonder women's history exists only in women's studies classrooms? I mean, don't forget who wrote those textbooks and where they came from. So share that knowledge. Information and facts are powerful. That became very clear to me in producing Misrepresentation and The Invisible War. It's probably one of the reasons both films have been such a wake-up call to public policy, educators, and society at large. An esteemed philosopher once shared with me, when 5% of the thinking person's population gloms onto the new idea, a revolution will follow. So don't back down from educating the misinformed and ignorant. You don't have to rub in their faces how stupid they are or make them feel ashamed, but you can be gentle in pointing out their negligence, in stating the facts. You can speak the truth. Truth matters. Truth counts. And lastly, but not least, take care of yourselves. I'm certainly not the best at taking care of myself, but I try. Knowing how to ground yourself is essential. So care for your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And remember, this is a lifelong process. Know what sleep, nutrition, and exercise needs your body has. It might be different from another person, but remember, you are unique. Carve out time daily for that which boosts your spirit and energies. Read a fiction book, take a walk in nature, have a picnic by a lake, go to a museum, eat a piece of chocolate cake, cook a new meal, befriend a stranger, smile. Light a candle, take a bath, meditate. Rest in a hammock under a willow tree. Connect in person with a real friend, not online. Travel, travel, travel. Break up patterns in the monotony of everyday living. Don't always live in the same space. Try a year overseas. The grass is always greener sometimes, but experiencing nature and other cultures not only grounds you, but reinvigorates you, helping clarify your purpose and passions in life. In fact, I recommend an international jaunt a year. If you can take it, do it now, especially if you plan on having kids. And go on as many adventures as possible. They enrich the soul and ensure you cross paths with people and experiences you might not otherwise. And the memories, they last a lifetime. Just think of the benefits of a renewed you, of a reinvigorated you. Creativity and joy will ensue. So, while these are only a sampling of pearls of wisdom, they have worked for me and hopefully will work for you given the many responsibilities and surmounting obstacles we women are confronted with. It's a long road to equality, so we must do whatever is necessary to sustain ourselves and grow as human beings and grow as a community. Remember, the world is your oyster and you're its pearl, so you can do, be, and achieve anything. But dream you must, and you must dream big. And don't set the bar too low because you just might achieve it. Unified action is critical to your future success and the success of this great country. Which brings me back to where we are today, Boston. During this especially difficult, troubling time for your city of Boston, as the world looks to your community and asks, how will Americans respond to the violence and terror of the moment? Let them look here at all of you. Our country and world is in desperate need of your leadership. Make no mistake, I'm speaking specifically about women's leadership. As I said earlier, half the population has ruled for the entirety of our history, and I recognize that America has accomplished a great many things during that time. But imagine what more we could accomplish with the full participation of the rest of the female population. It's time we brought more empathy and care into the way we lead, more cooperation and teamwork into finding solutions, and that means having more women at the table. You are the answer to all the questions our country is asking for. It is through your leadership that we can build a safer and more just tomorrow. So let's demand this culture and society that uplifts us all, that revolutionizes the gender debate and ensures equal opportunity, where you all are the leaders, unified with your sisters and brothers around a common goal, true equality, where the wage gap can no longer exist, and minority women and single moms are able to realize their economic potential, where women earn 50% of the country's income and own 50% of the nation's property, where all workers are granted flex time and family leave policies to care for youth and elders, whether in sickness or in health, where men play a larger role in childcare and household management, and there are no stigmas associated with being a stay-at-home dad, where sexual assault no longer exists, and women are no longer harassed on the job, where advertisements, film, and TV shows reflect the real spectrum of what it is to be a woman, and video games no longer display such acts of violence against women, where tabloid magazines have gone out of business because we've stopped buying them, where women are equally represented in the C-suite of Fortune 500 companies and sit equally on their board of directors, and where women are 50, maybe even 51% of the leadership in American politics, business, military, religion, culture, news media, and entertainment. Imagine this America. With your leadership and your action, this can be the America of the future. America the beautiful, our great democracy. Equality for all. The country that inspires women in other countries to take action and claim their rightful seats at the table of power. Remember that. Congratulations, Simmons class of 2013. The future awaits you. You are our leaders. Now go out and seize the day. We all need you. God bless Simmons. Thank you for giving me the honor to speak with you today. I am humbled to be here. I'm honored to be connected with you. God bless Simmons and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. We will now proceed with the conferring of honorary degrees. Simmons is proud this morning to honor 3 distinguished individuals. They will be presented by David S. Browder, the Chief Marshal, and the citations will be read by Charlena Seymour, Provost, and Emily Scott Potrock, class of 1978 and member of the Board of Trustees.
I present to you for the degree Doctor of Health Sciences, Geraldine Bednash.
One of the foremost advocates for nursing education in the country, Dr. Geraldine Polly Bednash serves as Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer to the American Association of Colleges of Nursing. In recognition of her dedication to and passion for the field of nursing, Simmons College is honored to present Dr. Geraldine Bednash with the degree Doctor of Health Sciences, honoris causa.
I present to you for the degree Doctor of Communications, Jennifer Siebel Newsom.
A tireless advocate for women and girls, Jennifer Siebel Newsom uses her skills as a filmmaker and speaker to expose how media and the entertainment industry have perpetuated false and outdated portrayals of gender roles. For her efforts to advance awareness of and action around these issues, Simmons College is honored to present Jennifer Siebel Newsom with the degree of Doctor of Communications, honoris causa.
I present to you for the degree Doctor of Letters, Carol Tavris.
Noted author, scholar, and lecturer, Dr. Carol Tavris specializes in promoting the importance of critical and scientific thinking about issues in psychology, often with a focus on gender. In recognition of her esteemed career in the field, Simmons College is honored to present Dr. Carol Tavris with the degree Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
We now begin the conferring of degrees. About time. These degrees are voted by the faculty and the Simmons College Board of Trustees and granted by the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. When your degree is announced by the Chief Marshal, please stand. Remain standing until I have conferred your degree. Following the conferral of all degrees, the undergraduate students will come forward to the stage.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise?
President Drinan, I have the honor to present to you for the baccalaureate degree these candidates who have completed all the conditions of scholarship and residence required by our faculty.
I hereby grant you your bachelor's degrees and declare that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and dignities pertaining to those degrees. Please move your tassels to the right side of your cap. Will the baccalaureate degree candidates please come forward to the stage? The candidates for the degree are led by the class council and student government officers.
Bachelor of Arts, Anika Oda Stout, magna cum laude. Soyun Vivian Lee. Molly Rachel Maidman, cum laude. Emily E. Seitz. Hannah Adams. Mansi Agarwal. Christina Maria Aiello, magna cum laude. Maria Elena Albini. Nonf Amwayed. Etab Al-Shathri. Casey Amores. Alexandra Luz Anthony. Olayemi Comfort Bamisile. Kelly Ann Barry. Rachel Devora Baumel. Hannah M. Baroa. Julia Belada, cum laude. Laura Ross Bloom, cum laude. Michaela Ann Boari, magna cum laude. Elin Lisbeth Bowman. Mary Bowering. Jackie Bryce. Emma Barrett Brightbill. Mariana June Brown, cum laude. Bridget L. Buck. Gracie Josephina Burrows, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Lauren E. Berzalo, magna cum laude. Alexandra Elena Capellan, cum laude. Megan Ann Chambers, magna cum laude. Monica Chan. Tynesha Chandler, cum laude. Kelly Yusep Chavez. Lissa Marie Childress. Lindsay Nicole Turetine. Megan Julia Coffey, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Karen Reed Cohen, cum laude. Phoebe Elizabeth Cole, cum laude. Amy Lyndon Concannon, cum laude. Kimberly Joyce Conti. Emily Caulfield Cooper. Diane M. Culinan, cum laude. Nicole Tracy Cunha. Lindsay Christine Damon. Jaleh Rebecca Darling. Andrea Lynn Davis. Maria Rose DeAngelis. Ashley Ann DaCosta, cum laude. Turner Binlos Delano. Melissa Lynn DeRocher. Marissa Lucia DeCenzo. Alexandra Maria Dixon. Andrea Lynn Donovan. Mallory T. Donovan. Kayla Alyssa Doyle, cum laude. Anna Maria Dubé. Amanda Nicole Dolberg. Alma Lynn Brown DuPont. Rhonda Nara Edwards. Isis Michelle Espinosa. Valerie Joy Filiberto, cum laude. Gabrielle Giovanna Fiorenza. Daphne Alice Fisk. Catherine P. Geis, sorry. Krista Leah Gill, cum laude. Curry C. Gurr. Carla Morera Gomes. Stephanie Rose Gorash. Morgan E. Grenier. Sahar Iman Hakim, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Amber Heather Hall. Patrice Alicia Henderson. Marissa Joy Hezekiah. Kelsey L. Horrigan. Roxanne Denise Groomer, magna cum laude. Amanda Hukanovich, magna cum laude. Ashley Marie Yanku. Hannah Raisa Ibanez. Megan B. Ingram. Angela Jacob. Jacqueline Marie Jensen, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Rudna Esther Joseph. Laura Demaria Jungreis. Zoe Ann Cayley. Anna Louise Karasik. Catherine Jane Kelly. Jennifer Irene Killar. Jessica Barbara Kudal. Veronica Kildare Irizardi. Sarah Johanna Kanane, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Rebecca B. Clothen. Anne Frances Kopech, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Kremer. Jenny Koo, cum laude. Elizabeth Y. Lawless. Lori Lee. Mercedes Lynn Lemieux. Claire Pritchard Lindquist, magna cum laude. Shantiana Lading. Shannon Kane Lynch. Catherine Ann Mochnich. Jessica Ann Makrinos. Molly Elizabeth Malo, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Tara R. Marino, cum laude. Miranda Elizabeth McDaniel, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth McGowan, cum laude. Fallon Jean McLaughlin, magna cum laude. Carrie Ann McLaughlin. Madeline McMahon. Victoria Catherine Mead, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Bianca Isabel Medina, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Samantha Marie Melanson. Alicia Chinilo Menakaya. Mackenzie Lauren Mercer. Leah Isabel Michaels, magna cum laude. April Elizabeth Minsky. Alyssa Danielle Modest, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Emily Ann Moore, magna cum laude. Majd Mullah. Alyssa M. Muscat. Fang Ting Wei. Victoria Lynn Niles. Tara Elizabeth O'Brien, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Allison Ann O'Connor. Elizabeth Mary O'Connor. Oluwatobi Sarah Ogunmola. Toral D. Patel. Nicole Brazil Prechino, cum laude. Abigail Barbara Polkenhorn. Kari Elizabeth Purstel. Linda E. Rand. Julianne R. Reese, cum laude. Batya Yisraela Stein. Rubenstein, sorry. Lenandra Danelle Russell. Zyanzan Tala Sahagian. Mona Salem. Laura Elizabeth Scully, cum laude. Amira Anver Saki. Hillary Usher Schreier. Tatia Sikarolidze. Alexandra Hillary Singer, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Skarbinski, cum laude. Juliana Ivanova Smith. Isabel Gomez Stearns, cum laude. Jing Sun. Maria Elizabeth Taktikos, cum laude. Teresa Teixeira. Emily Jane Thomas. Abigail Elizabeth Thompson. Michaela Christine Toney, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Christine Elizabeth Tosti. Christine Tran. Casey F. Treen. Jacqueline Elizabeth Twiss, cum laude. Everett Francis Yule. Bianca Valerio. Ashley Virtue. Lauren Adair Walters. Emily Grace Ward, cum laude. Amy Lynn Wargo. Luciana Vallejo. Laura Strauss Weisberg, magna cum laude. Vanessa White, cum laude. Allison Pym Whittier, magna cum laude. Patricia Marie Wicker. Monica Nicole Wojnillo. Jillian Sage Yard. Elizabeth Marie Samani. Bachelor of Science. Shannon Mary Curran. Shannon Elizabeth Dady. Vanessa Marie Poirier, magna cum laude. Leslie Ann Connolly. I'm sorry, Kelsey Ann Conley. Kaylee Elizabeth Duggan. Carly Rose Kimball, cum laude. Madison Alexander Letty. Samantha Leanne Mon. Catherine Sarah Beauregard, cum laude. Stormy Marine Walker. Lily Adair. Rebecca Sogebe Ako Nyang. Dana Thayer Amspari. Rebecca M. Angoff. Caritas Arnardottir. Jennifer Elizabeth Utemian. Leanne Elizabeth Aturio. Allison Marie Ayat. Elena Marie Bartow, cum laude. Madeline Renee Bartzak. Zoe Elizabeth Beatty. Justine Nicole Beauchamp, cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Blake, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Kelly Renee Bly. Michelle Ayana Bob Semple. Shauna Lee Bosch. Lauren Elizabeth Bonatakis. Caroline Jean Boyd. Janet M. Caballero. Kiara Marisol Cabreja. Catherine Irina Cachimual. Brittany Rose Calarez, cum laude. Jennifer Elizabeth Cameron, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Cardinal. Erin Catherine Carey. Brittany Taylor Caruso, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Nicole Lim Chow, magna cum laude. Dee Dee Chen. Melissa Chin. Molly Jane Chisamore. Caroline Alice Comal. Jessica Marie Coppola. Maurice Karen Cornelius. Maureen Sandy Cornelius, cum laude. Christina Maria Cazone, magna cum laude. Catherine Grace Craig. Keisha Crepin. Fong T. Dang. Brittany Elizabeth Daniels. Miri Naliniki Namdudiri Das. Lily Catherine Davis. Margaret Forbes D. Pasquale, magna cum laude. Kristen Barbara DeSantis. Caitlin Elizabeth DePaolo, cum laude. Evelise Dorcelius. Kara Morgan Douglas. Stephanie Danae Dukas. Rachel Lauren Dufault. Shannon Elise Duletsky. Colette Renee Duncan. Christy Mae Eaton. Caitlin Alberta Erhard. Tasha Marie Fagan. Rachel Lee Felsen, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Caroline Ann Ferzoco. Rachel Elizabeth Fitzmaurice, cum laude. Kelsey Rianne Foster. Nova O. Fullard. Vanessa Ashley Gaines. Jade Lily Galfus. Sedina Awushi Giaf. Alexa Shoshana Gladstone. Amanda Julia Gould. Alyssa Marie Granara, cum laude. Samantha Jane Graciosa. Adriana Juliette Green. Carly J. Hand. Susan Christine Heithmar. Kathleen Spencer Higgins. Laura Ann Higgins. Sonia Therese Hofspian. Raina Huynh. Amber Rose Indosio. Mina Iqbal, cum laude. Erin Marie Johnson McDonough. Pari Claire Joseph. Julia N. Kajan, cum laude. Anam Kaleem. Emily Brooke Cayley. Jacqueline Rose Kelly, magna cum laude. Melissa Grace Kerouac, cum laude. Ariana Laureen King, cum laude. Natalie Maxine Kirkham. Ilan Lariel Kirkland. Jennifer Lee Costigan. Alexis Ann Cosma. Carly Zita LaMontagne. Kelly Ann Last, magna cum laude. Sandra Leal Sousa. Jennifer C.S. Liu. Melissa Sue Lever. Ksenia Alexandrovina Levina. Dexellen May Lim. Gianna Elizabeth Lisi. Ajisa Markella Liti. Rebecca Eva Lowe, cum laude. Sarah Evelyn Lucas, cum laude. Anastasia Liapina. Mariah McClay. Erin Marie Manion. Melissa M. Martin. Chris C. McDonough. Kelsey Beth McEntee. Catherine Spring Mead, cum laude. Rebecca Ellen Messier. Jennifer Rose Mealy, cum laude. Crystal Lee Rose Montebello. Diana Isabel Morales. Kayla Ann Morris. Haley Ann Morse, cum laude. Sarah Oakley Mott. Jennifer Leah Muiz, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Mullen. Denise Marie Nightingale. Veronica Karina Novikowski. Nanaya Adana Okeigwe. Samantha Jane Olson, magna cum laude. Hannah E. Osborne, cum laude. Kaylin Marie Pagel. Jessica A. Perna. Francesca Carolina Person, magna cum laude. Caitlin Alexandra Ponte. Jennifer Erin Prescott. Danielle Joy Provost. Audrey Elizabeth Purcell, cum laude. Mary Catherine Quigley. Sloan Rand Rabe. Kiara S. Ragland. Jessica Ratto. Brittany Lee Redding, magna cum laude. Brittany Resnick, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Cynthia Dawn Reynolds. Laura Michelle Ricarato, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Sorensen Richard, magna cum laude. Bianca Riley. Kelsey Ann Rock, cum laude. Chelsea Whiting Rogus. Anna Mary Rouse, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Katerina V. Roscoven, cum laude. Christina Elena Ryan, magna cum laude. Sabrina May Salmela. Michaela May Sanguilo, magna cum laude. Lillian Adele Saunders, cum laude. Michaela Marie Schilling. Shauna Lee Searles. Laura Elizabeth Sexton, cum laude. Sarah Claire Singer. Marissa Marie Susi, member of Academy, magna cum laude. Victoria Irene Steves, magna cum laude. Brianna Lee Stiefel. Ashley Marie St. Martin, cum laude. Emily Joy Sullivan, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Soy Suos. Jillian Claire Cuddy Sutherland, member of Academy, summa cum laude. Shreyas Narayana Swami. Christina Ashley Tam. Santa M. Tejeda. Tong Ellen Kim Tron, cum laude. Stephanie Lynn Tremblay. Colleen Marie Trevenin. Gaitan Therese Valme. Chelsea Lee Varia, cum laude. Tess Olivia Vreeland, cum laude. Christela Vulai. Nak Chao Wong V., Member of Academy, summa cum laude. Samantha Jane Wallace. Rachel Elizabeth Wallace. Allison Kara Walsh, magna cum laude. Martina Eva Webb. Melissa Ann Werner, cum laude. Lauren Ann Wilson. Joyce Wong. Rachel Teresa Woodcock. Hannah Julia Yarmolinsky. We are almost finished with this ceremony, but we have a few important things to finish. One of Simmons's strategic goals is to continue to create a more vibrant, student-centered community. Each class chooses a class color and a class flag. These flags were unfurled on Founders Day and displayed all year long in the College Center. Today, as the members of the class of 2013 become our newest Simmons alumni, I asked Shannon Mary Curran, class president, and Vanessa Marie Poirier, class vice president, to present their class flag to Marcia Kirschenbaum, president of the Alumni Association, and Anna Jimenez, vice president. The class flag will now be part of their reunion celebration, thus continuing this new tradition into the future. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you who have graduated today. Thank you to all of our guests for being part of this wonderful celebration. Please remain seated until the academic procession has concluded.